Colorado is seeing a lot of the political spotlight nationally this week because former President Trump's ability to be on the ballot in Colorado in 2024 is on trial this week in a Denver courtroom. 6 Colorado residents, 4 of them Republicans, 2 unaffiliated voters, suing to keep Trump from appearing on the ballot. They're citing the 14th Amendment, now 155 years old. 9 News political reporter Marshall Zellinger joins us from outside of the city and county building where the trial's taking place. Marshall, no one's ever had this happen. No one's ever been kept off of a ballot due to the 14th Amendment.
No, but last year a New Mexico County commissioner was removed from office after a lawsuit involving the same section of the Constitution. What's happening inside the courtroom now, the 6 Colorado voters have to prove to a judge that Trump's actions on January 6 equaled engaging in an insurrection, and then using Section 3 of the 155-year-old 14th Amendment, it would disqualify him from being a candidate for future office, especially on a presidential ballot like in Colorado, where this lawsuit is taking place. Now, 2 of the people who took the stand today so far have been officers who were at the Capitol on January 6th. D.C. officer Daniel Hodges testified first. He is the officer who was widely seen in video of being injured when he was crushed in a doorway at the Capitol. Former U.S. Capitol officer Winston Pingen just finished his testimony in the last hour. Their testimony, along with Trump's own words during his speech on the morning of January 6, are meant to show him engaging in an insurrection after having sworn an oath to uphold the Constitution. Using that part of the 14th Amendment would allow him to be disqualified from being on a ballot for a future office.
I'm sure that Trump will claim that because he used the words, quote, peacefully and patriotically later in that speech, that he did not therefore engage in insurrection. That claim is wrong at every level. He used fight 20 times in that speech, peaceful only once.
On January 6th, he called for peace, and he used the word peace at least 4 times in his speech at the Ellipse and 2 tweets and a video message. Someone doesn't just sort of stumble into starting an insurrection. They have to have the intent to do that. And you'll hear evidence that President Trump took very specific actions to try to prevent violence.
The attorneys for the 6 Coloradans trying to keep Trump off of the ballot are basing a lot of their argument on the January 6 Commission and the committee report from Congress. That report concluded there was proof that Trump assisted and aided in the insurrection on January 6. Now, one of Trump's attorneys, former Republican Secretary of State Scott Gessler, argues in court that that report is one-sided, that the January 6 committee never heard the other side, which is what he is presenting in this case in the Denver courtroom, and that the judge will get to hear the other side before determining the debate about whether it was an insurrection or not, and whether the president engaged in an insurrection, and whether that's evidence enough to keep him off the ballot using a 155-year-old part of the Constitution, Tom.
Well, there's much more still to come in this week, but talk about disqualifications. The Trump team wanted the judge to recuse herself from this trial, right?
Yeah, this happened over the weekend. They filed a motion to have her recuse herself, citing a $100 contribution from October 2022 to a liberal group whose main purpose is to get Republican Representative Lauren Boebert out of office, but they've also opined on January 6 being an insurrection. She wasn't a judge at the time. She had been appointed to fill a vacancy and hadn't started yet, so the contribution didn't happen while she was a judge, but in court she did not recuse herself, saying that she didn't remember it, however, that she hadn't made any preconceived notions to the facts of the case, and because of that, she wasn't going to recuse herself.
Well, many people around the country will be following this one, as will Marshall. Thanks for bringing us up to date. Marshall Zellinger from the City and County Building.